Hi, let's talk about flying during the coronavirus. So, we recently took a vacation to Aruba that involved 5 different flights on American Airlines. We also traveled to Texas within the United States during July and August for some work. And all of those flights were pretty much the same experience. So, we had to wear masks both in the airport and on the plane. The flight attendants were very good about monitoring that and reminding people gently to put the masks clear over the top of their noses. There were a couple of people that were letting those slip down. So they gave us hand sanitizer when we entered the plane, and most of the time it was in a Ziploc bag along with a small bottle of water and a very small snack. So once in a while on a couple of flights, they would actually deliver that with gloves on their hands in that bag to your seat. But for the most part, it was when you first entered the plane. There was very minimal contact with the flight attendants. They kind of stayed in the front of the back of the plane, and there was no advanced beverage, alcohol service, or meal delivery. So you couldn't really get any of the fun stuff. But it did feel very safe. They talked about an air filtration system, which recycled the air every 2 to 4 minutes. I'm not an engineer, but I assume that was actually going on. They also talked about disinfecting the seats and high-touch areas like doors and handles in between flights. Again, I didn't see that happening, but I assume it actually did. Most of the flights were not full. So for example, on the last flight, there were over 120 seats, but there were 12 people on the plane total. So I felt very safe. You could pretty much choose your seat on most of the flights. So there's only one of the string of 5 recent flights where I actually had somebody sitting beside me. So that was my non-compliant guy who didn't want to keep his mask on. But for the most part, everyone's staying safe. Everyone's doing the best they can in this pandemic. And the flights are small, but they feel very safe. If you have traveled and flown during this pandemic, I know there's a lot of people, myself included, who would love to hear what you've experienced and if it feels safe to you. So feel free to comment and share your stories and experiences below. Until next time, stay safe and be well.